Hello everybody, welcome back to 3 Deviations. In this video, we will be talking about the quotient rule. In the last couple videos, we've been talking about how we can take derivatives of different kind of arrangements of polynomials, and the last one that we're going to cover is the quotients, or rational functions. So we're really going to keep building up our intuition on differentiation. This is kind of the last operation rule we're going to be talking about. And then after that, we're going to move sort of more onto the function side. We'll talk about trig functions, exponentials, and logarithms. And after that, we will talk about a rule involving composition of functions. But now we're going to be talking about the quotient rule. So let's get started with that. We're just going to begin with the purest form of the rule. And if you recall the product rule, I'll just write it out here. That said that the derivative of a product of two functions, f and g, is equal to the derivative of f times g plus f times the derivative of g. So that's the product rule. And the quotient rule says that if we have these functions f and g, and we want to take the derivative of f over g, our formula for finding that is going to be g of x times f prime of x minus f of x times g prime of x over g of x squared. And it looks, the top of it anyways looks similar to this, but we have this minus sign here, so we just need to remember that minus sign. And we're also dividing it by g of x squared. And sometimes this rule can get kind of confusing, so when I try to remember, I always think low d high minus high d low over low low. That's kind of a little saying that I use to remember the rule. So now that we know the rule, let's do some examples. So we're kind of gonna build up here from some of the more simple rational functions to some more complicated rational functions with some radicals in them. So first, we're going to take the derivative of 1 plus 2x over 3 minus 4x. To do this, again, just like I did with the product rule, I like to make a little list. So our function f of x is going to be 1 plus 2x, and our function f prime of x will be 2 through the power rule. Likewise, g of x will be 3 minus 4x, and g prime will be negative 4, again, through the power rule. And once we have these, we're just going to plug into our formula. And that's going to give 2 times 3 minus 4x plus 4 times 1 plus 2x, all over 3 minus 4x quantity squared. So that is our function, our rational function inserted into our quotient rule. And now we just need to do some algebra. And that will lead us to get our derivative is equal to 10 over 3 minus 4x quantity squared. So that is our first example. Now let's move to a more complicated example. So as you can see, our derivative is pretty similar to the last one, still a rational function, just added a couple more terms and we're raising the degree. So we're going to take the derivative of x squared plus x minus 2 over x cubed plus 6. Right, as always, making a little table, f of x will be x squared plus x minus 2, f prime will be 2x plus 1, and g of x will be x cubed plus 6, g prime will be 3x squared. All basic power rule. So now let's plug into our formula. We'll get x cubed plus 6 times 2x plus 1 minus x squared plus x minus 2 times 3x squared, all over x cubed plus 6 quantity squared. Again, this is going to require a fair amount of algebra. It's going to end up in a fairly long expression at the end, which is that our derivative is equal to negative x to the fourth minus 2x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x plus 6, all over x cubed plus 6 quantity squared. That is our second example. Let's do the third example. You could consider this the challenge example if you like, but you should get used to doing derivatives like this. So we're going to take the derivative of the square root of x plus 10x over x squared plus 4x plus 2. Again, make our little array. The f of x function will be the square root of x plus 10x. F prime will be 1 over 2 times the square root of x plus 10. This is the derivative of the square root of x. I just neatened it up a little bit and got rid of the exponents. G of x will be x squared plus 4x plus 2, and g prime will be 2x plus 4. Okay, let's plug in to our formula. We will get x squared plus 4x plus 2 times 1 over 2 root x plus 10 minus the square root of x plus 10x times 2x plus 4 all over x squared plus 4x plus 2 quantity squared. All right, again, we got a lot of algebra to do to clean this up, giving us a final answer of our derivative is equal to negative 20x squared times the square root of x minus 4x squared plus x to the 3/2 times the square root of x minus 4x plus 2 plus 40 square root x all over 2 root x times x squared plus 4x plus 2 quantity squared. That was a mouthful. All right, thank you for watching our video on the quotient rule. We will be back next time for a video about trigonometric differentiation, and we will be using the product rule and the quotient rule for that video as well. So if you haven't watched the product rule, I recommend you do so for future reference. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye-bye.